All right. Good day, family. Today, too, you are welcome again to my channel, and here to introduce you to the branch in mathematics called exponential equations. You are warmly welcome once again, and please be with us so that at the end of the day, you'll be blessed. Let's see what I have for you today. Have it in mind that this platform is created solely to help students who are finding some problems in mathematics, and we are here to help you out. So have it in mind that at the end of the day, when you find this video interesting, you expose it to other people so that they will also have access to this channel, and we will all learn together as a family. Thank you very much. Let's proceed with life. So let's see what mathematics has for us today. Here we are looking at what we call exponential equations. So the branch of mathematics called exponential equations. Now, with exponential equations, we are going to use the principles and the ideas of indices in solving such problems over here. So on my right hand side, I have some sample questions over there where I will expose you to how to go about it step by step. Do not forget that you like, you comment, and then you share so that we will get to know whether you are in line with what we are teaching you always or not. Please, if you have further questions, do not forget to comment so that we will always give out the best that you deserve. Thank you very much. So let's continue with life. Now, my question that I have here, I have question one. It says that we should solve for x in each of the equations that we have here. So we should solve for the value of x in each of the equations. So for question number one, we will dive into it step by step, and we believe that at the end of the day, you'll be blessed. All right. So let's start by solving question number one. Now remember that the question says that we should solve for the value of what x in each of the equations. So this equation is an exponential equation. Why? Because the x here is a power. It is a power. So here we have to find the value of x within this equation. Now have it in mind that the 2 here has a power of what? X. And this 64 here also has a power of what? 1. So here to find the value of x within this, the idea of indices, the idea of powers of numbers state that we have to make sure that the bases are the same. Have it in mind that when we talk about bases and indices, then we are referring to this. So come closer and let me show you something. When we have this in mathematics, okay, what we have here becomes the power, or the index, or some people say that the exponent. So either being power or index or exponent. I get it. And this two that we have here becomes what? The base. So it becomes, let me make it capital B, that is the base. So here to solve for x, then we have to make sure that if the base here is 2, then the base here 2 becomes what? 2. Now how do we do that? It means that we are going to look for 2 exponent what number that will give us 64. So come closer and let's dive into that. Remember, I told you that we have to make sure that the bases are what? The same. So remember here, we said that the base here is what? 2. And over here, the base here is what? 64. So we are going to make sure that if here the base is 2, here to the base becomes what? 2. So in making sure that the bases are the same, then it means that if here the base is 2, I have to make sure that here to the base becomes what? 2. So now we ask ourselves, we have 2 power 1, which gives us what? 2. Okay. we have 2 power 2, which gives us what? 4. Remember, if I have 2 power 1, it means 2 multiplying itself what? 1 times, and it gives me what? 2. 2 by 2, it means 2 is multiplying itself. The base is multiplying itself how many times? 2 times. So this one means I have 2 times what? 1, which is giving me 2. That is why this I have the answer here like that. Please, I will be clear with that. And here 2, it means I have 2 times 2. Remember, it is the base that is multiplying itself 2 times. So it is the base that is multiplying itself 2 times, giving me 4. So I have the next one, which is 2 power 3. The base, which is 2, is multiplying itself 3 times. So 2 times 2 times 2, which is giving me what? 8. I follow him? Very good. Then we continue with the next procedure. So we have 2 power 4, which is giving us what? 16. I will me. Then we have the next one, which is 2 power 5, which is giving us what? 32. Because 2 power 5 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 5 times. I get it, me? Very good. So we have 2 power 6, which is 64. So that means that for me to make sure that the base here, which is the 64, becomes the same as this, it means that 2 power 6 gives me what? 64. Please, are you with me here? Very good. So now let's continue with life. Now have it in mind that I told you that because the 64 has no power, the power here is what? 1. Okay, the power there is 1. Have it in mind that in mathematics, anytime that a number stands on its own, every whole number has a power of what? 1, which is positive 1. So here, if I have something like this, if I have something like 2 power x, let me take this as a yardstick. If I have 4 power x, now have it in mind that this 4 power x is the same as 4 in a bracket x. So that when I change this one to base 2 in the form something like this, I am going to get 2 power 2 in a bracket what? X. Meaning 2 power 2 gives me what? 4. So the new exponent will come and multiply the old one. So the same manner, if I have something like this, if I have 4 power x plus 1, and I want to change this one to be I want to change the base 4 to become base 2, then it means that have it in mind that 2 power 2 gives me what? 4. So I can rewrite this one as 2 power 2 multiplying the power this. It is multiplying everything. So the new exponent is going to multiply everything. That is why I've placed it in a bracket. So please take note. So here too I can rewrite this as 2 power 2, which is giving me 2 power 6 multiplying the old exponent. So the new exponent will come and multiply the old exponent. Please, I believe you are following. Very good. So let's continue with life. Our next thing to do is, now that the bases are the same, okay, so let me continue with the next approach. I have 2 power x, which is equal to 2 power 6 will multiply it. Have it in mind that in mathematics, if I have this, it also means 6 times 1, which gives us what? 6. So yeah, I'm going to get 2 power what? 6. Please, I believe you are following. Now that the bases are the same, here is 2 and here 2 is 2. It means I can equate the powers based on one of the rules of what? Indices. I'm now going to equate the powers. Very good. So the bases are the same, so I can say that x equal to 6. So I can conclude that x becomes 6, and this becomes my final answer. Very good. Please, I believe you are clear with that. Now quickly, let's dive into the next question. Remember, we said that for you to be able to solve problems like this, always you make sure that the bases are the same. Someone may ask, why did we convert the 64 to base 2, but not the 2 to base 64? You see, it is easier to convert the larger base into a smaller base. Are you getting me? That's why we converted 64 to base 2. Okay, very good. So always have it in mind that the basis should be the same. As soon as the basis becomes the same, then you are free to go. You can now equate the powers, then you solve it furtherwards. Thank you very much. Now let's dive into question number 2. Let's dive into question number 2. But before we dive into question number 2 has its own way in going about it. Have it in mind that we have a fraction now in the question. Okay, so I want us to looking at question number 1. See, we have whole numbers with powers. Question number 3 has whole numbers with powers, and question number 4 too has whole numbers with powers. So I want us to tackle. Now we are done tackling this. I want us to tackle this one and this one. And after we look at this and then this. So let's dive into question number 3. Very good. So question number 3. Okay, so question number 3 also says that 10 power x plus 2 equals 100. It says we should solve for x within this equation. Have it in mind that there's a whole number 10 with a power x plus 2 and a whole number 100. So with this over here, we're going to solve it. That means that as we stated it earlier, we have to make sure that the bases are what? The same. Are you with me? Very good. And here is a whole number, here too is a whole number. So in doing so, we can easily go ahead and make sure that the basis tends to be what? The same. Now have it in mind that we always convert the larger base to become what? Smaller. We always convert the larger base to become what? Smaller. Alright. So which one is the larger base? It is this. Has the larger base because this one has a power of what? 1. The power here is 1 and the base is 100. So we have to make sure the base is. Now let's check if 10 here will be the same base as this. So I have 10 power 1, which gives me what? 10. Remember 10, this is 10 times 1, which gives me what? 10. And I have 10 power 2, so this one is 10. 10 power 2 gives us what? 100. Remember this means 10 times what? 10, which gives us what? 100, as we have it here. Meaning I can change this to be of the form 10 power x plus 2, giving us 10 power 2. So I have 10 power 2 or power 1. Remember we said that the new power will come and multiply the old one. Are you getting me? It will come and multiply it. Please, we are not adding it. It will come and do what? Multiply it. Very good. So we continue with the process. Now we have 10 power x plus 2, which is giving us 10 power what? 2. I believe you are following. Now the bases are the same. The bases are the same. So we apply the rule. We state that if the bases are the same, we do what? We equate the powers. We equate the powers. So let me continue from here. So now that if I should continue from it, says that I have 10 power x plus 2, which is equal to 10 power 2. So the bases are the same as I stated it earlier. So now we are going to equate the power. So the power here is x plus 2, which is equal to, here the power here is 2. So I'm going to equate it and solve it as usual. Very good. So we continue with life. We continue with life and we see what is going to happen over here. So now solving for x, I'm going to do what? Group like terms. So remember here x remains as it is. Then we will transpose this one to the other side, which x equals, I have these two, and this one is positive. When it crosses the equal sign here, it becomes what? Negative, because the sign here is positive, and when it comes, it becomes what? Negative. So I'm now going to get x equals 2 minus 2 gives me what? 0. So I can conclude that x is what? 0 in this portion. Thank you very much. I believe you understand the concept. Very good. So now we dive into question number 4. But question number 4, it is similar to question number 3, question number 1, because they all have the same pattern. Thank you. So I will leave question number 4 for you to try your hands on it. Then you share your answer with me in the comment section. I believe you will do that. Very good. So now quickly let's dive into question number 2, how to solve it. So problems involving exponential equations though, but here is the case that there are fractions in there. Okay, so let's see how to solve question number 2 and question number 5. Please do not forget that I have given you a trial work here. You try your hands on it, then you communicate your answer with me in the comment section. Very good. So let's dive into question number 2. All right. So we are back to the solution. Now we are going to solve question number 2. So remember I told you that question number 1, question number 3, and question number 4, they are questions, though they are also exponential equational problems, but here is the case that there are whole numbers in there. But when we come here, there are fractions. We have fraction within the equation. And the question is asking us to find the value of what? X. Please have it in mind that when you encounter any problem like this, okay, when you see any problem like this in an examination, we always need to make sure that we change the fraction to become what? A whole number. Have it in mind that we can convert this to become a whole number. I would mean. Now have it in mind that in mathematics, if I have 1 out of 2, this is the same as 2 power negative 1. Are you following? Very good. So if I have 1 over a, so the law states that the law states that if I have 1 over a, it is the same as a power negative 1. I believe it is clear. Very good. So if I have 1 over 4, 1 over 4 is the same as 4 power negative what? 1. Are you with me? Or mathematically, I can also say that I can see that 1 over 4 can be written as 1 over 2 power 2, which this can be expressed as 2 power negative 2. Are you following? Because here, the 2 power 2 became that. Are you getting me? Very good. So now let's continue with the process. Please, I believe you are following. Very good. So now let's continue with life. So that means that if I have 1 out of 16, remember I said I am going to change the fraction to become a whole number. So 1 out of 16 can be written as 16 exponent negative what? 1. So rewriting this one again, I'm going to get 4 power 2x minus 1, which is equal to 16 power negative 1. I believe you are following. Very good. So let's continue with life. So over here, this has become a whole number, and this is now a whole number. Are you getting me? So that's the first thing to do. When you see a problem, exponential equational problem with which there are fractions in there, we first of all convert each of the fraction to become what? A whole number. So the 16 here now is a whole number. So now our next thing to do is to make sure that the bases are the same. The base here is 4, and here the base here is 16. So we have to make sure that the bases are the same. So how do we do that? So we check whether we have, we always check that we convert the higher base to become what? Smaller. So the higher base is what? 16. We are going to convert this 16 to become a smaller base as this. Let's check it and see if it is possible. So I have 4 exponent 1, which is 4, and 4 exponent 2, which gives me what? 16. Meaning, remember the 16 has a power negative 1. Okay, so there's something going to happen over there. So I can rewrite this one as 4 power 2x minus 1, which is equal to 4 power 2 multiplying the negative 1. I believe you are following. Very good. So let's continue with the next part. So rewriting this one here, I now have 4 power 2x minus 1, which is equal to 4 power, multiplying this, I'm going to get negative 2. Remember, when we have 2 in a bracket, it means 2 times negative 1, and this gives me what? Negative 2. That's why I have this here. Good. So here the bases are now the same. We have the same bases, so we can now equate the powers. So I have 2x minus 1 here, which is equal to negative 2. So I can now group line terms. So this whole thing here will move to this side. And when it is coming, make sure that the signs are the sign here is negative, so I have 2x, which is equal to negative 2, and this one will come to this place, so it becomes plus, because here is negative. Remember, here is negative, and when it crosses, it becomes what? Positive 1 here. I believe it is clear. Very good. So we have 2x. This is negative 2 plus 1, which gives what? Negative 1. Are you clear with that? Negative 2 plus 1 gives me what? Negative 1. So here I will divide through by positive 2, here by positive 2. Okay, very good. So here by positive 2, then I'll cancel out. So here goes out. I'm going to get my x to be negative 1 out of 2. Meaning the value of x becomes negative 1 out of 2. I believe you are clear with that. Very good. So looking at the value of x, we are getting x to be equal to negative 1 out of 2, which is negative half. Very good, very good, very good. So that is that for question number 2. So quickly we are going to dive into question number 5. Remember, I have laid question number 4 for you to try your hands on it, and I believe you'll be able to solve it and get me the answer. Very good. So here we are getting x to be equal to negative 1 out of 2. That's what we have here, after dividing through by the coefficient of 2. Now the question says we should find the value of x. Okay, that is why we want x to stand on its own. So x should stand on its own here, and that's what we divided through by the coefficient of x. Okay, very good. So now let's dive into question number 5 and see how to solve that one also. So question number 5. I have 2 power x, which is equal to 1 out of 128. So this is also an exponential equation problem, but this time around there is a fraction within the question, and here we have to make sure that the fraction goes away, and in going away we convert the fraction to become a whole number. So this is what we are going to do here. Very good. So how do we do that? Likewise, how we did the 1 out of 16, we converted the 16 to become a whole number. That's the fraction 16 to become a whole number. So the fraction 1/16 tend to be a whole number, which is 16 exponent negative 1. In the same manner, when we have 128, this becomes a whole number as 128 exponent negative 1. That's the first thing to do. So here I have 2x, which is equal to 128 exponent negative 1. I believe you are following. Very good. So we are going to do the same thing there. Now our next step is, now that here is a whole number, here too is a whole number, I have to then make sure that the basis becomes the same. And in doing so, I'll convert the highest base to become what? Smaller. I will change the highest base here to become likewise the smaller one. So converting this one to become base as this. Let's check it and see. So here I have 2 exponents. 1 gives me 2. 2 exponent 2 gives me what? 4. 2 exponent 3 gives me what? 8. Okay, you know 2 exponent 2 is 2 times 2, which gives me 4, and 2 times 3 gives us 2 times 2 times 2. This is 4 multiplying this 2, which is giving us 8. And that's why I got 8 here. So we have 2 times 4 giving us 16. 2 times 5 giving us what? 32. So we've not gotten this, so we have to continue with that. So we have two exponents, which is giving us 64. Then we continue with the next side of it. So I have 2 exponent 7, which is giving us what? Which is 128. Are we good? So we multiply here 2 by, we multiply this by 2, we had 4, 4 by 2, we had 8, 8 by 2, we had 16, 16 times 2, 32, 32 times 2, 64, 64 times 2, we are getting this. I believe it is clear, very good. So here we are getting 2 power x, which is equal to 2 power 7, in the bracket negative 1. Remember, you are going to multiply the new exponent by the old one. Good. So let's continue with line. So clearing this, I now have here as 2 power x, which is equal to 2 power negative 1. I believe you are following and you are clear with that. So let's continue with the process. Now that the bases are the same, I can now do what? Equate the powers. So equating the powers, I now have this over here, 2 power x, which is equal to 2 power negative 7. So equating the powers, I have x to be equal to negative 7. So therefore, x becomes negative 7. Thank you very much for watching. May God richly bless you. Have a wonderful day.